In today's video, we're going to be discussing how Danish producer Benjamin Lasnier recently filed a lawsuit in a California federal court against Travis Scott for his #1 hit single, Highest in the Room. Hi guys, I'm Miss Krystle. I'm an entertainment attorney, public speaker, and author of How to Keep Your Dukes Up in the Music Business. I'm the owner of Dukes Up Records, and most importantly, I'm an independent musician. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly videos talking about music industry news, updates, and industry secrets to help you with your music career. Jumping right into it, Lasnier is the plaintiff in this lawsuit. So you guys understand, when someone files a lawsuit, they become the plaintiff, and the person on the other side becomes the defendant. So Lasnier is one of the plaintiffs, and also the other named plaintiffs are his co-writers. And the story goes like this. Apparently, Lasnier had recorded a guitar riff, which he then posted to his Instagram story. Someone from Travis Scott's team saw this post and reached out to him. Now, allegedly, there had been an exchange of emails between these two people having to do with this particular guitar riff. But there were no rights granted, and there was definitely no discussion in regards to the song Highest in the Room. Now, according to the complaint, Lasnier is alleging that the particular guitar riff that you hear all throughout the Highest in the Room single is his guitar riff, but it's just a warped, distorted version of it. And that by using the guitar riff in the song without his permission, it violated his exclusive copyright. Therefore, he should be compensated for his damages. Now, Lasnier nor Travis Scott have posted anything having to do with the lawsuit, but we have heard from plaintiff's counsel, Richard Bush. Now, it's worth noting, Bush was recently cited for his big win and jury verdict of $7.4 million on behalf of the Marvin Gaye estate in the very famous Blurred Lines case. Richard Bush has stated that, of course, the complaint speaks for itself, but because of the particular circumstances that these producers and songwriters are in, they never expected it to come to this, but they felt it's necessary to file this lawsuit. So, because of the involvement, of course, the parties and even the attorney, there's going to be a lot of attention on this case to see what happens in the coming months. Now, on the other side of this, of course, are the defendants. Of the named defendants, you have Travis Scott, as well as Oz, Nick D, Cash, and of course the record labels, so that's going to be Sony and Sony ATV, as well as some other named defendants. Now, when deciding to bring a lawsuit, one of the considerations that anyone has to make has to do with not only paying your attorney, but the likelihood that you may lose, and you might be responsible for having to pay the other side's attorney's fees. And as you guys might have even with the Marvin Gaye lawsuit, we're talking about a jury verdict in the millions of dollars, especially when big names, big labels are involved. And so you look at the overall credibility of the case, and there also is a reason why a lot of these cases end up settling very early on, and it usually all has to do with the finances that are involved in order to fund a litigation. And as it goes for the credibility of the case, sometimes you look at access. Is it likely that maybe someone did have access to a certain guitar riff or a certain sample, and so maybe there was an influence, or that was otherwise just directly taken and re-recorded? And so in this instance, apparently, Lasnier had in fact emailed the guitar riff to not only just one person on the team, but two people who were specifically a part of the song Highest in the Room. And as part of the financial consideration of whether it makes sense to bring a lawsuit, you look at things like how well did the music do? Well, according to Spotify, as of the recording of this video, the song has almost 600 million plays on it, and then roughly 250 million plays on YouTube. So that's where things stand with this case. As of now, we will be continuing to report on this as new developments arise, so don't forget to subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. Opening up the discussion to you guys, what do you think? If Lasnier's complaint is accurate and in fact his guitar riff was stolen, well, as a producer, often producers are going to be sending around their beats and shopping essentially to try to see if someone wants to collaborate or purchase the beat. So what's the solution if they're freely sending it and then someone ends up stealing it or re-recording something that's very, very similar? Well, arguably you could do what's called an NDA, or a non-disclosure agreement, but the reality is, are you going to get 100 different potential producers to sign a contract before you send them a beat? Probably not. And conversely, if Travis Scott and his team are being wrongly accused, what should they do at this point? They are now, unfortunately, involved in a lawsuit. Do they just litigate until the end and pay the attorney's fees? Or do they settle out early on because ultimately it will be cheaper to just settle? This is going to be a very interesting case to track along, and I definitely want to hear from you guys, so drop those comments down below. Don't forget to come say hi on social media, because why not? It's been amazing to meet you guys, and I am definitely the most active on Instagram if you want to come and say hi. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm Miss Krystle. Bye.